Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. I'm gonna have to. I want to talk about this. I've talked about this before on this channel, but I have to. I have to. I just have to talk about it more. To be quite honest with you, you have Final Fantasy Ever Crisis, which is Final Fantasy Crisis Core and Final Fantasy VII, the original together, I believe, right? So Square, what's the point of Final Fantasy VII Remake slash Rebirth? You already gave us what we wanted. I even asked years ago that, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you remade Final Fantasy VII, but you add Crisis Core to it as a package? And you did that. But guess where it's at? In the mobile market. It's only on the Android. And once that shit is done, that shit's gonna be gone forever. And then everyone's gonna be like, well, here's Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm like, no, I didn't want Remake. Whatever Crisis is doing is what exactly what I wanted. Oh, but those graphics. You see the fucking problem? You see the fucking problem? Here's another fucking problem with fucking goddamn Square Enix, you fucking piece of fucking goddamn filth of a fucking goddamn company. This this fucking pixel shit that you've been seeing, the pixel remasters, are complete, utter garbage. They're garbage. They're garbage, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, but here's there's a new way for me to play these new Final Fantasy games. Well, they don't have the extra stuff that they had in the PSP game and in the Game Boy Advance games. So that's a big trigger for a lot of people. For me, I could take it or leave it, but at the same time, it's like, why will you even? Oh, I get it. It's too much work for you. You lazy craps. You lazy fucks. And then when you look at the Pixel remaster of Final Fantasy VII, it's a lazy fucking goddamn cash in. It's a lazy cash grab. Oh no, it's not. It's not lazy. It's lazy. The sprites are too polished, too over fucking produced, like WWE. Seriously. And then when you play Final Fantasy VII Remake slash Rebirth, it's too fucking flashy like this. What the fuck did I just fight? You did the same thing with Final Fantasy VII. I mean Final Fantasy 16. Seriously, you made it so flashy. I don't know what the fuck you just fought. What? That's a goblin? That's a this type of enemy? Oh, I wouldn't known. I wouldn't know because you're so flashy that I can't even see the fucking health bar on the enemy. I can't even see its name either because it's so flashy. You also do this in what's it, Strangers of Paradise of Final Fantasy. Seriously, I know some people are getting more of a soft spot for that game, but I'm never playing that game, man. I think the game is misleading. I think the game is mismanaged, and Square Enix is just out of touch. It's out of touch. It's seriously out of touch. Look at Stranger of Paradise, man, and tell me that company's not fucking out of touch, bro. Are you serious? Seriously, seriously, man. And then when you look at the Pixel remasters, that tells me that company's out of touch too. For crying out loud, they had the audacity to have Chaos look like what he looked like in the Game Boy Advance version. I'm not fucking kidding you. Look at what he looks like in the Game Boy Advance version. They didn't even try to attempt to grab his original design and put it for the Pixel remasters. They just grabbed his model from the Game Boy Advance version and put it in the Pixel remaster. You guys, this shit is lazy. And when you keep looking at the backgrounds of the Pixel remaster, it's like you over here like, is this the Game Boy Advance version or the mobile version of Final Fantasy One or something like that? Because it has to be either or. Because it is sad. It's fucking sad. It's fucking sad. And going back to Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, this is what the fans wanted. I wanted this. I wanted this Square. And if you put it for high graphics like you see in Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, okay, fine. I wouldn't mind it. I actually would appreciate it. Square, let me tell you something. And this is for the idiot people that won't understand and understand what the fuck I'm coming from because these games have been remade so many times. But why you don't want a 3D or 3D scale like you see in Final Fantasy VII Remake slash Rebirth of Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You mean to tell me you don't want that? Go fuck yourself. No, of course you do. Of course you do. Don't stand here and tell me that no, I don't want a full 3D Final Fantasy 1 game, 1 through 3. How cool would it have been if Square Enix when they remade Final Fantasy 1 through 6, like the Pixel remasters, imagine if they were not Pixel remasters. Imagine if they were full 3D remasters, like you see the graphics of Final Fantasy 7 that, remake. That would have been great. From if you did it from 1 to 3, fans would have been like, oh, maybe 1 through 3 is not for me. But you are making high-end 3D graphics like you did in Final Fantasy 7 remake, and and it's hyping fans up because the next ones will be 4, 5, and 6, you know, and then then it will complement it really well with Ever Crisis, or if you want to compare it with Final Fantasy 7 remake, apparently, because apparently Forever Crisis is connected to Final Fantasy 7 remake and Rebirth. What the hell are you doing, Square? You're connecting a mobile game to this shit. It's the same thing. That's why a lot of people say it's the Nomura bullshit. Even though there's already shit out there that shows that, hey, Nomura wants to keep it traditionally, but all these other fucks decided to not keep it traditionally. So Nomura was just like, well, fuck it. If you say fuck it, then I'm gonna say fuck it too. Because if you don't care, why should I? And then people will blame Nomura for it. Look, I'm not here to have a hard on with Nomura or something like that. I have problems with him too, especially with Kingdom Hearts 3. Seriously. And Kingdom Hearts 4. Like, what the fuck, bro? Seriously. Seriously. And Square Enix needs to stop using him. He's good as a monster designer and a character designer. That's it. That's it. And he created Kingdom Hearts. Okay, cool. That's his own thing. Let him have that. But don't make him do these big projects that you know he can't handle. And we know he can't handle it. And that is fine. But for crying out loud, man, there's no it's like the guy that created Final Fantasy. He was the guy that made sure no one didn't step over, basically, over that line. Now Square Enix has went over that line to the point that some people say that line has went over with Final Fantasy 13 or Final Fantasy 10-2. And I'm over here like, so which one is it? Is it Final Fantasy 10-2 or Final Fantasy 13? Because it can't be both, you dumbass. It has to be one or the other. Okay? Seriously. And that thing that I posted on the community page, Expedition 33, Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior 4, and Final Fantasy 13. These games have something in common. And no one doesn't want to mention it. I'm going to fucking mention it. Final Fantasy 13, right? You know how your characters can what is it? Auto, basically. Dragon Quest 4 does that. Once you get to chapter 3 in Dragon Quest, I believe, in Dragon Quest 4, because I researched a lot with a lot of video games, and especially Dragon Quest 4. Your party member, you can what is it? You can use tactics, like you see in modern Dragon Quest games, to fight the enemies, basically. At first, from was it chapter 1 and 2, or like traditional turn-based styles and stuff like that, like you see in Dragon Quest 1 and 2. Then by chapter 3, it's literally like, all right, you can, what is it? You have your leader character, but you have to tell your other party members what to do, basically. That's why it has that tactic thing on it. Some people might not like it and stuff like that, and that's fine. But Final Fantasy 13 did it, and people get complaints about that. But when Dragon Quest 4 does it, no one doesn't bring it up. No one doesn't talk about it. It's fine that if you don't like it, that's fine. But I'm talking about why you're not bringing it up in the conversation with Final Fantasy 13. Why? Because you hate Final Fantasy 13. Because it's fun to hate it. Fucking idiots. And here's another thing, too. The break meter that you see in Expedition 33. What is that supposed to be? Look, I watch Savvy Webs sometimes, and he's cool and all that, but there's sometimes I'm just like, what? Like, still to this day, I'm over here like, has he even mentioned the break meter? The break meter is what we see, the stagger meter in Final Fantasy 13. All right? Let me know, guys. Has there been any stagger meter before Final Fantasy 13? Because after that stagger meter happened in Final Fantasy 13, there was a waves of other RPG games, especially Square Enix games, that use the stagger system. And when you have the break meter, which is the stagger system in Expedition 3, that happens. No one doesn't mention that. Oh, that's like an inspiration to Final Fantasy 13. Because no one does want to mention that, hey, maybe Expedition 33 got inspiration from Final Fantasy 13. No one doesn't want that. No one doesn't want to think about that. But they will be like, oh, this is like Mario RPG or Legend of Dragoon, but nothing else than that. See, this is what's wrong with some of you gamers, guys. This is what's wrong with some. This is why I can't be part of any fandom, man. I can't be part of a wrestling fandom, the Godzilla fandom, the freaking One Piece fandom. I can't be part of any of these fandoms because apparently all you guys are fucking goddamn stupid. Seriously, man. So fucking toxic, so fucking degenerate, stupid, fucking dumbass mindsets. And I'm over here like, this is why I play my own shit and I like what I like. And if you don't like it, fuck off. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You're no different than what Square Enix is doing to their own games. Consuming, consuming, consuming without thinking about why. Why is this? Seriously. And I'm not here to call out Sebi or anything. I'm just using him as an example because a lot of people watch him, and I watch him too because I like his videos and shit. But other times I'm just scratching my head. I'm like, I know that's your opinion, but this game did this. Even though some people might not like it, that's fine. But you don't bring it out. You don't bring like I'm a hardcore RPG fan, and I've still researching and studying more of the history of freaking turn-based RPGs. When people say that turn-based RPGs are outdated, I say bullshit. Go screw yourself. Seriously. At that point, it's like saying that making art is outdated, so let's just use it for filmmaking. And it's like, what? You know, even when they make movies and shows, they have artists so they can actually get a visual of what they're about to film or what they're about to make in the film. You see? You see? See, people are fucking dumb, man. People are fucking dumb. It's the same thing with video games. There's art. So that way you can translate it into a video game format. You know? But this company, Square Enix, man, ever since Square Enix decided to do this fucking remake, they have become the worst company to ever exist. All right, and it's so funny that Rockstar is keeping a hush hush because we haven't heard anything about Rockstar, and I have a lot of shit to say about them too. But you know what? That should be another video for a different day, because anyone that's hyped for GTA 6, just play a game. This is why I told my friend this, and we're seeing this a lot in Hollywood now too, because this is movie that's coming out. I forgot what the title is called, but they're using dinosaurs and stuff like that in like Jurassic Park. And I even told myself this a long time ago, and people said this too. Hey, if people don't, let's use Jurassic Park for example, right? People don't like the Jurassic Park films right now, right? So what's going to happen? There's going to be a new genre or a new film that has that type of style of Jurassic Park and steal the fan base of Jurassic Park, basically. That's why I mentioned, well, just make a Turok movie. That literally would steal the fans from Jurassic Park. And now Jurassic Park, the franchise, has competition that they have to fucking make better films. You know? Seriously. You know? That's just me, man. That's why I love these American Godzilla movies, because they're not trying to take themselves too seriously. They're just trying to have fun. Toho has their own little thing, while Legendary Pictures has their own little thing. But something's wrong with Legendary Pictures in Hollywood sometimes, because when Godzilla Minus One was in theaters, so many fucking studios like Disney and Warner Brothers were like, "Can you take that movie? Can you take that movie out of the movie theater, please? Because it's making us look bad." Yeah, of course it looks bad. Of course it makes you look bad. This movie had a budget of 15 mil, and you're wasting like $300 million on a movie where you can just waste 15 mil instead of 300 mil on a movie. It's the same thing with the video games. Seriously, all right. And you know what? I'm going to mention this here too before, because I wanted to make a video about this, and maybe I'll make a video about this eventually. But I want to as a separate topic. But let me know if you want to see it as a separate topic, guys. But I want to mention this: Expedition 33 and Godzilla Minus One proved to the video game industry and the movie market that you don't need high budget to make something amazing and great. All right? Seriously. Expedition 33 part, I mean, I heard it had like a $33 million budget, which is kind of funny. Maybe a $30 million budget, Who knows? But hey, maybe it's around 40 or 50 mil, you know. But at least they got their money back, you know. Seriously. And Godzilla minus one, what, wasted 10 mil on the movie and 5 mil on marketing equals 15 mil, you know. So like think about that. If Godzilla minus one was made for 15 mil, but you cut that in half because of the marketing. So $5 million for marketing and $10 million for the movie itself. Come on, guys. Come on, man. Like think about that. That's amazing. That's fucking awesome. And people are analyzing Godzilla minus one really good and saying that yes, they use CGI, but people are looking at that scene when Godzilla's in the water and the main characters are trying to shoot him and shit like that, which is the best part of the whole movie. It's freaking awesome. Not to say the movie's crap. The movie's fucking awesome. Watch that movie, by the way. So good. I love Godzilla minus one, and we're gonna get a sequel to that too. And Shin Godzilla. Godzilla fans are eating good. We're eating good. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Even the Twistamenta fans are eating good right now. This is what the RPG fans and movie-going fans should be feeling like. What the Godzilla fan base feels and what the Twistamenta fan base feels right now. You know? Seriously. Seriously. Because we're eating good right now. We really are. We're eating good right now. And it's the same thing with RPG people. People that play turn-based RPGs. People are praising Baldur's Gate 3. And I haven't played any of the Baldur's Gate games, so remind me if it's like Final Fantasy, like it takes place in different stories and different characters, because I don't want to play Baldur's Gate 3 if they talk about other characters from the other games. So I'll be like, let's just do 1, 2, then I get into 3, you know? Because I've always heard about Baldur's Gate all my life, and I've seen gameplay of it over the years. And when I saw Baldur's Gate 3, the gameplay, I'm like, oh, I actually remember this game. This is Baldur's Gate? This is Baldur's Gate? Huh. I think either 1 or 2 when I saw the gameplay of it. I was like, oh, I'm intrigued. I might check that out. But I never did. But hey, maybe it's the right time for me to do it, right? You know? But let me let me know, man. Like it's ridiculous. Final Fantasy 7 Ever Crisis, and then you have Final Fantasy 7 Remake / Rebirth. It's insulting my intelligence, Square. You're insulting my intelligence. When you have a game that you already it's almost like this. It's almost like you guys want the Final Fantasy VII remake that you always wanted. Yeah. Here it is. What the fuck is this? We're gonna put the one that you really want in for your phone. Gotcha. You know, it's such a disrespect to the fan base. It's such a spit in the fucking face to the fans. Spit to the face for the Final Fantasy VII fans. I feel sorry for you guys because I'm a Final Fantasy IX fan through and through. And hearing a fucking remake or remake of Square Enix doing this, I'm like, no, you're not remaking Final Fantasy IX, Square. You're not. And people are so fed up with Square with the whole pixelated art style. You know, the Octopath Traveler art style. When I first saw that art style, I was like, okay, cool. All right, cool. Then they kept using it and 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 using it. Oh, am I ignoring you? Yeah, because that's how much I'm ignored with fucking Square using that fucking same art style over and over and over and over and over and never fucking innovated, never fucking changing it. It's stupid. It's stupid. And then Square comes out of nowhere being like, you want turn-based RPGs? Well, here's this. We're not talking about side RPGs that you're making. We're talking about make Final Fantasy great again. And you all hear like, no. If you want Final Fantasy great again, go play on mobile versions. You know. Oh, by the way, you have to pay a price tag to play the game. $50 to press start. $50 if you want Tifa's breast to be bigger. $50 if you don't want Era to die. $50 if you want to customize your own characters. $50 if you want different types of outfits for your characters. You know, some stupid shit when some of that should have been in the game, like they do in Expedition 33. There's so many different outfits and clothing in that game. You mean to tell me you can't do that with Final Fantasy VII? Go fuck yourself. And then going back to the Pixel remasters and the Pixel games that they've been making, The Dragon Quest HD2D Remasters, it is an insult to my intelligence, to be quite honest with you. You mean to tell me, Square, you want to remake Final Fantasy VII Remake from the ground up, all this beautiful graphics and shit, but you can't do that with Final Fantasy 1 through 6, Dragon Quest 1 through 3. You can't do that. You can't do that? Oh, it would take forever. Really? Look what I see in Final Fantasy Ever Crisis. Oh, but that's right. Those type of graphics you don't want to push. You rather have that for the mobile version. Fuck that shit. How come you can't use the graphics that you see in Water Final Fantasy? Oh wait, that's right. People hate Water Final Fantasy for some fucking reason. That game is a love letter to Final Fantasy, and you can't convince me otherwise. That game is a love letter to Final Fantasy. And if you didn't see it, then I guess you're not a Final Fantasy fan to begin with, bro. Seriously. Trust me, you're not that guy. You think you're that guy, you're not that guy. Seriously, man. And I'm not trying to gatekeep on anything, man. It's just ridiculous, bro. That, like, do you heal yourself? Do you heal yourself? Oh, I hate Water Final Fantasy. You hate a Water Final Fantasy? You hate a Final Fantasy game that's literally a love letter to Final Fantasy? Are you serious? Are you serious? Sounds like you're the same fucking person that Square Enix is catering to the fucking Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake crowd. Fuck these people. Seriously, fuck them. Seriously. If you refuse to play the originals just because the way they look, you are the problem. You are the problem. You are the problem. You are the problem. And you also the problem why some of these people say that turn based is outdated. And action RPGs or the future and action RPGs are a thing of the past. Turn-based RPGs are a thing of the past. The reason you have that stupid mindset shit is because of the Square Enix themselves. The part of Enix that makes Dragon Quest, they don't think about that. Every time they make Dragon Quest, they don't think about that. They think of innovating and putting stuff that, new fans can come to go with, you know? Like the whole free roam around in Dragon Quest 11, that was cool, you know? You could free roam a little bit in the battlefield, kind of like you do in Parasite Eve. Obviously it's different in Parasite Eve, but in Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest 11, it doesn't do like, hey, if you go in the back of the enemy, you attack harder. I mean, sometimes I feel that they did implement that, but maybe they didn't. But somehow it just feels that way. But hey, if they did, they did. If they didn't, they didn't. That's fine. Other games do it way better, anyways. And free roaming in Final Fantasy, Dragon. I keep saying Final Fantasy. Dragon Quest 11 is fun if you don't like if you want to move around in the battlefield. It's still turn based. It's still turn based like Parasite Eve, but you can still free roam and stuff. So you can feel like it is action RPG basically. When I first saw that type of gameplay style in Dragon Quest 11, I told myself, "Wow, this would be great for a new modern Final Fantasy game." To just take that style. I even said this to Square Enix. Just take the Parasite Eve gameplay if you really want an action Final Fantasy RPG game. And at first, I thought Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth will adapt that type of style, but they don't. They want to do action RPG and turn-based RPG. Pick one. Pick one. Pick one. Fucking pick one. Fucking pick one, you dumb motherfucker. Seriously. Pick one. Fucking pick one. The reason you can't pick one is because you're fucking scared that the hardcore fans will literally eat you alive. And guess what? That is exactly what happened. They ate you alive. It's damn if you do, damn if you don't, basically. And you put yourself in that fucking situation, Square Enix. You put yourself in that situation, Square. You have no one to blame but yourself. You have no one to blame but yourself. Alright? So I'm going to end this video right now, guys. Tell me what you guys think about everything that I said in this video. Tell me what you guys think also about that. Tell me what you guys think also about Expedition 33 and Godzilla -1 just breaking the boundary of freaking the budget of what these movies and games should be. Literally. If I like nowadays, I should not see no video game or no movie to have a budget of $300 million or $500 million or $1,000 million. You know how ridiculous that shit is? That's ridiculous compared to what you have, compared to what the budget of -1 did, and compared to what Expedition 33 did. Look at these video game budgets. Look at the video game budget of Expedition 33 and look at the budget for Godzilla Minus One. And then you're going to tell yourself Hollywood is making excuses to throw money on the screen, and yet it still looks like crap and it still looks like shit. Same thing with WWE. Too polished, too fucking overproduced, and it looks like crap and it looks like shit. Like the Pixel Remasters, overproduced, too clean, and it looks like crap. It looks like crap. Where's the roughness? Where's the rawness? Look at Expedition 33. It looks beautiful, yes, but there's still that uncleanliness, that rawness. It's the same thing when you play any of these old Final Fantasy games and Dragon Quest games. It has that rawness, you know, that graininess, you know. And then when you overproduce it to the point that it looks too clean, to the point it's like, brother, brother. Seriously, bro. Am I the only one that thinks this? This is bullshit, in my opinion, man. It is bullshit. And you don't have to agree with me, and that's fine. But we need to agree with this. It is bullshit. We have to agree with this. It is bullshit what Square Enix is doing and what some of these movie companies are doing. But I'm mostly talking about Square Enix a little bit here because this company, every people are making fun. You know, again, going back with the whole pixel stuff, right? People are starting to notice what I'm noticing, what Square Enix is doing with every time they make a game. It's like, forget about doing 3D graphics. Let's just make it pixelated. And I don't hate pixelated graphics. I love them. Fucking love them to death. My favorite pixel game of all time is still Super Princess Peach. The way the pixel design looks is so fucking amazing. And if I talk about Game Boy Color, that goes to Alice in Wonderland. Have you seen that game? The way it's drawn and the pixelated, and the way Alice moves, like so smooth. That's on the Game Boy Color. Game Boy Color. Oh my god! But people are making fun of Square Enix when they're making a game, and it's like, well, you're just going to do pixelated, right? Guys, guess what? Final Fantasy 9 remake is not going to be full 3D. It's going to be pixelated, like the Final Fantasy pixels. Remaster pixels. They would do that. Like the fact that people are making fun of this, even on Twitter, on Facebook, because I see on Facebook because I follow a Facebook page, and they making fun of it. When they are making fun of it, it's a problem. They notice. The whole majority of mass people that know your shit, Square, are noticing, and we're tired of it. We're tired of it. We're tired of the bullshit. We're tired of everything. And this whole thing of you having a meeting with Sandfall Interactive, the people that made Expedition 33, what are you going to teach them? Sebi Webbs even said this. Sandfall should not learn anything from Square. Seriously. You know? I think Sebi Webbs got a comment saying, what could Sandfall learn from Square Enix? It's like, easy. Do not play their games. Do not do what they're doing. Do not do what they're doing with their games. Seriously. And I do agree with some players saying that, hey, sometimes you have to play more of bad games than good games, because how will you know what is a good gameplay style if you haven't played bad gameplay styles, or ones that are not that great but they had good ideas but could have been expanded on but they weren't because either time, the budget, or not even the budget, just either the time or the laziness. Because you can't tell me the budget. Don't tell me about the budget. Oh, it is a budget. Really? Oh, hold on. Oh, here's Godzilla Minus One, and here's Expedition 33 with low budget, and look what happened. You know? And Sandfall Interactive literally said that, hey, we're going to stick to a small team, and that's how you should. All these video game companies have like, you have like, was it 300 people in your team? What the hell? Instead of 300 million people on your team, what about like 200 people on your team? Or 300 people on your team? Or maybe 150 people on your team? You know? Keep it small. Keep it basic. That way you don't have so many ideas thrown around, and there's a person that's there that can keep it all in check. That's the thing with Square Enix right now. They don't have no one there in that company that keeps everyone in check. Seriously. When it comes to the creative shit, that's why the creator of Final Fantasy, that's what he did. He was there to be like, no, you're not doing this. You're doing this. You know? And he had to butt heads with a lot of his employees. But his employees have told him, hey, I'm glad he's like that. Because without him, these games wouldn't be successful. You know? But now that he's out of the company, now that he's not there, obviously, all the freaking, what is it? All the inmates are on the asylum now. You know? And it's fucking chaotic as shit. And Square Enix is over here like, this is what we are. This is what Final Fantasy is. And it's like, no, it's not. No, it's not, man. Where's the heart? Where's the soul? Where's the creativity? Where's the rawness? Where's the depth? Where's the love? Where's the passion? Where's the inspiration? There's none. Every time I see Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake, I see no passion. I see no creativity. It's the same thing when I see WWE now. There's no passion. There's no creativity. Everything's overproduced, mass-produced, and it's so not even overwhelming. It's such a bullshit thing to the point that as a consumer myself, I don't give a shit anymore. I don't give a shit and I don't care because you're wasting my time, you're wasting my energy, and you're insulting my intelligence. So I'm going to go somewhere else that no one doesn't insult my intelligence, like Godzilla Minus One and Expedition 33. Because those two products didn't insult my intelligence. They embraced what they were, they embraced the audience that was going to come to watch, and what they got was and what we got and what we saw on the movies, and I mean when we're watching Godzilla Minus One and playing Expedition 33, is a modern day freaking classic. All right, seriously, Godzilla Minus One Expedition 33 is a modern day classic. Seriously, and will be talked about for years to come. While all these games and movies will die off and will never be talked about ever again. You think Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth will be talked about? No. Final Fantasy 13 is going to be talked about way more than this bullshit of a fucking goddamn game. And I guarantee you about that. All right? I don't care if you hate Final Fantasy 13, but you have to agree me with, I don't care. Yeah, but you have to agree me with this. You think 7 Remake slash Rebirth is going to be more remembered than Final Fantasy 13? You must be high. You must be high, and I don't want that shit. I want some of that good stuff that will actually make me creative and not fucking stupid and blind and make stupid decisions like Square Enix does and Rockstar does and freaking some Hollywood executives do. So this is it, guys. This is the TheSkullKlown signing off. Take care of you guys, seriously, and let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to do a video response to this, go ahead if you want. And I just like, come on, Square, seriously. And the reason I'm making this video is because I don't see people talking about this on YouTube, and it's sad, man. Share this video to people, bro. Seriously, share this video. I don't care how. I don't care where you share it to. Share it on Reddit. Share it on Patreon. Share it on Rumble. Share it anywhere. I don't care. Share this video. Seriously, because people need to know. People need to know about all of this stuff. And I need to know that I'm not the only one that thinks this way. Please tell me I'm not the only one that thinks this way. If I am, then maybe I should quit YouTube right now. Maybe this is going to be my last fucking video. Because I cannot be the only fucking one that thinks this way, man. Share this video down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Be safe, guys, and have a Johnson day. No. Hey, Johnson and Johnson. You over here like, I'll see you guys and take care.